Okay, good morning, everybody. Let's talk about a few other topics today. One about, importantly about the medical system. I think this is a new study came out, which I think is not surprising, but nonetheless disturbing. So we'll talk about that. But first, we're going to do another success story. This is on our MeatRx website. This is called James Lost Weight and Improved His Metabolic Function on a Carnivore and Fasting Lifestyle. And starts out, Dr. Baker, first of all, I would like to thank you for being such a big proponent of local ranchers and in particular regenerative ranchers. I fall in the latter category as a rancher at Forage Creek Ranch. We are part of the database of ranches listed on MeatRx and truly appreciate your hospitality and letting us be part of your movement. I would also like to tell you that we take every opportunity possible to tell people how we know that what you are doing is genuine. I know this is true because you don't charge ranchers to be part of your website or have a subscription or ask us for anything. You truly believe that this is the best way to live, and for this, we are truly grateful. Secondly, I'd like to share a part of my journey. I've been overweight my entire life. As I've gotten older, currently 41, I've become more and more stiff, lethargic, moody, unhealthy, etc., etc. When you are a rancher or any other busy job, you wake up at 5 a.m. and grab a hot beverage and a sweet something and out the door, and you only need something else by 8 a.m. because you are now experiencing a crash in blood sugar. You repeat this process every few hours until 11 p.m. or so when you finally hit the pill, only to wake up at 5 or 6 hours to do it all again. We grew our own healthy proteins, but also consume grains, sugars, etc., and even with all the work, could never move the needle much on the weight loss front. After being enlightened by you on the fasting window and the benefits of carnivore diet, my wife and I resigned that we would live a new way. We grow our own beef, lamb, chicken, and eggs. We have decided to consume pretty much exclusively our own meat and mostly eat only once per day. We usually treat ourselves on the busy weekends and have 2 meals. Our workouts aren't as refined or conventional as some people. We move animals daily, pack electric fence, haul water buckets, and scoop chicken feed, hand mow ditches, farmer carries with feed buckets incorporating squats, etc. It's far cry from the monumental high box squats you do, but we're definitely making progress. I know people have their own opinions on whether grass-fed meats are better than grain-fed, and all I know is that I feel amazing. I've lost 110 pounds, and my wife has lost over 50 pounds in 5 months. And we have more energy and mental clarity than ever before. I no longer have high blood pressure, prediabetes symptoms, stiffness, or fogginess. I am by no means in shape or healthy or fit or any of those things, but I believe I'm well on my way to exponentially better and healthier me. And then a couple of photos before and then after, you can see where he has slimmed down. James slimmed down significantly. And I mean, I appreciate the point that he made at the beginning about my support of regenerative ranching. Of course, we want that to happen. And, this is the thing. Don't expect government to do the job for it. Don't expect the Prime Act to get passed. And even if it gets passed, it's still a lot of hurdles in that. And one of the problems with that is one of the things we need to do, and this is just something we all need to get in the habit of doing, is just purchase large bulk sides of beef, quarter beef, eighth of beef. And the reason for that is because if we just buy certain cuts, then the rancher is left with all this extra stuff that he can't get rid of, and often it gets wasted. And so they lose income on that, and they have to charge more for the other pieces. So it makes sense just to buy the whole side of beef, buy the quarter beef. I think the minimum you can buy is an eighth of a beef. Get a lot of ground beef. Just eat some more ground beef. I mean, I think that's a way to really help these guys out, and I think it's really important that we do so. Secretary Sonny Perdue, USDA Ag Secretary, or the Secretary of Agriculture rather, Sonny Perdue is not going to do much to benefit the ranchers. He's going to be in it for the big packing agencies. I think I've got pretty good reasonable sourcing on that he's certainly allied with those guys, perhaps in their pocket, who knows. So don't expect any significant reform to come out. Don't expect legislation to be passed. It's up to you and me and the ranchers to get this done. And this is what we've got to do. We've got to support these guys, buy in bulk. And for you guys saying, well, the prices are too high when you buy direct to ranch. If you buy in bulk, you'll get better prices. And the reason for that is, again, if these guys are selling off steaks and they have, 300 pounds of hamburger they can't sell, that's a problem. And as we get more and more volume, again, why do the cattle ranchers sell at a low price to the meat processors? Because those guys are buying in volume. They're buying their entire herd. They're buying, 50, 100, 200, 500, 1,000 head of cattle at a time at a volume. If you go and buy 3 steaks, it's hard to sort of say you're going to sell all your food. So the best thing we can do, get a freezer. I know it's tough right now. Get a freezer, buy a side of beef, and repeat. Just get in the habit of doing that, or lamb or, whatever. Just buy your animals in bulk. That will help everybody out. That will help protect this system, which is under attack. The new markets, the big protein companies, and I say protein companies, not meat companies, because that's what they are. Tyson, Cargill, Marfrig, JBS, Smithfield. Those guys want to make a lot of money, and they want to make a lot of money on cheap processed ingredients, whether it's plant-based meat, quote meat, or synthetic lab-grown meat when it becomes scalable and cheap enough. They're going to do that, and they're going to do that rapidly and aggressively, and they're going to, because they already own 80% of the market share, they're going to be able to do that without us being able to do anything about it. So time to step up. All right, this is a disturbing study. Again, this came out 2020, just yesterday, or 2 days ago rather. Financial ties between leaders of influential U.S. professional medical associations in history. A cross-sectional analysis is published in BMJ. I'll read the little abstract here for you guys. It says results the abstracts. 235 of 328 leaders, 72% had financial ties to industry. Among 293 leaders who were medical doctors or doctors of osteopathy, 235 or 80% had ties. Total payments 2017-2019 leadership was almost $130 million, with a median amount for each leader of $31,000, ranging from $1,157 to $254,000. General payments, including those for consultancy and hospitality, were $24.8 million, and research payments $104 million. Predominantly payments to academic institutions with association leaders named as principal investigators. Variation was great among the association. Median amounts varied from $212 for the American Psychiatric Association to $518,000 for the American Society of Clinical Oncology. Their conclusion, financial relationships between the leaders of influential U.S. professional medical associations and industry are extensive, although with variations among the association. The quantum of payments raises questions about the independence and integrity, adding weight to calls for policy reform. A little graph here looking at various organizations and the relative percentage of doctors in orange and all leaders in purple, showing the ones that take industry money. The Infectious Disease Society of America, almost 97%. The Orthopedic Trauma Association, of which I used to be a member, about 90%. The American College of Cardiology, about 98%, 97%. American College of Rheumatology, again, 95 or better percent. All these, most of them, almost all of them are 90%, 80%. Only a few are below that. Again, the American Psychiatric Association, only down around 40%. Sample thing is showing an American Society of Clinical Oncology board member received $2.4 million over 6 years, including general payments of $441,000, including $97,000 in 1 year for compensation for services, including serving as a faculty or as a speaker. Another one from the Endocrine Society, showing a different range, $44,000 over 5 years, including general payments of $40,000, including $8,500 consulting fee in 1 year. This should not surprise anyone, as we see this happens all the time, but it really is. It really represents the problem we have with, our healthcare system, our nutrition science system, our medical system in general. They are bought and paid for. These heads of professional societies put out guidelines, which us as physicians are expected to follow, or if not, we have reached standard of care. We potentially set ourselves up for liability issues, and therefore we have to toe the line, and that line is paid for by pharma guys. So What can you do about it? Not much. Well, you can't. I'll tell you what you can do about it. What is the government going to do about it? Not much. Federal lobbying dollars from the pharmaceutical industries are immense. The biggest lobby. They put out the most lobbying dollars of any industry whatsoever. So they bought off the politicians. So don't expect a lot of any realistic legislator. And again, the data from this was open source data through the Sunshine Act, which was enacted a few years ago. Who knows what's being paid under the table? I mean, there's probably just an enormous amount of money is getting paid under the table as well. But this is just reported income, and so it's probably way underestimated. Just to be put that out there. We've got the healthcare industry is sick. I call it the disease maintenance industry. It is basically about maintaining status quo. Here's your little pill to sort of mitigate your symptoms a little bit. We got to stop making so many sick people, guys. I mean, this is the answer. And most illness is clearly avoidable. It is avoidable with lifestyle. It's avoidable with nutrition. It's avoidable with appropriate exercise. We have to get away from this. And I know it's easy to sit there and they make the food addictive and everybody wants to be able to eat unlimited amounts and it's there and it's available and you can do that. So it's hard to resist. It's very addictive. They know that. Pharmaceutical companies just happy as can be to give you your reflux pill or your erectile dysfunction pill or your blood pressure pill or your diabetes pill, whatever. It's all tied together. We have to step away from that. We have to support the producers, as I said earlier, whether it's animal agriculture or plant agriculture. We need to support those guys directly and take out some of the middlemen. It may be that you don't go to the grocery store much anymore, that you order direct from your producer. That is, and again, there are potential problems there too, but we have to change things. And again, at meatrx.com, we are trying to work on all fronts: food production, direct to consumer, quality produce, or quality products, particularly animal products. And then also, we're trying to give you a lifestyle oriented system so that you don't have to be part of the disease maintenance system anymore or minimally impacted by it. All right, guys, we've got a nice discussion with Dr. Chofia Clemens from the formerly Paleo Medicina group here in a bit on meatrx.com. Come join us. Come join us for free. Sign up, be part of the discussion. Learn, support, get support. Be part of the robust, vigorous, healthy group of people that is continually becoming stronger and a better. It's just, we're going to see a dichotomy of people that are healthy and strong and vigorous that don't require the pharma, the medical system, the crap food, and then all the rest that do. And they're counting on all the rest that do remaining at 98% or whatever it can be. I'd like to see that 2% grow to 10, 20, 30, 50%. We can do it. We got to keep working. All right, guys, have a good day. Take care.